Alright, it says I'm live. If you can hear me, please let me know and we will get into it. I already see there's quite a few people in the chat already. And I'm pretty excited for this race. I love Saturday night races. Alright, let me pop the chat out. Then pull up the spreadsheet. And then we'll get into it. Probably won't be a huge crowd tonight. I know there's UFC going on. We also have football tomorrow, but I still want to do the live stream anyway. Got me? What's up, Wyatt? Thank you for letting me know. Let's see. What's up, Nick? What's up, Brian? What's up, Blake? Let's see. Yeah, what's up? What's up, Smoking Guns? What's up, Jay? Welcome, everybody, to the live stream. So everyone roll in for a little bit. Upwas says, Busch won Richmond starting from the back a couple years ago. Not sure what to do with him. Yes, and he also... So he started 32nd one year in 2018, and then I believe he started 11th, then went to the rear in 2018 as well, and still won both of those races. But again, 2018 Kyle Busch is a lot different than 2020 Kyle Busch, that's for sure. Mike says, hey Chris, how's your weekend going? Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm looking forward to all the sports we have. We got NASCAR, we got NFL. We also had baseball going on every single day, so weekend is going good. Hope it has for you as well. What is up, Timothy? What's up, Doot? What's up, 262? I don't think I've seen you in here before, but welcome. What's up, Jack? What's up, Jeffrey? Aaron, what is up? What's up, Chase? Mr. Miyagi says, is it just me? Is the screen flickering? Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's just you. Sorry, but I don't want it to be my screen. It looks good on my end, though. Upwood says, 976, man. Time to get that money. What's up, man? What's up, Clifton? Gonna let everyone roll in a little bit. What's up, Stanley? What's up, Aster? No, clear? Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Not flickering. Well, that's good to know. I remember the one week I had technical issues. It was so bad. All right. What is up, Jay? I do appreciate that. Killed last weekend. Thanks for all the valuable info, Jason says. No problem at all, Jason. Glad to hear that. So I know pretty much like 97% of the questions in here are going to be about Kyle Busch, which, we've talked so much about Kyle Busch this season, but I liked him a lot heading into the race tonight, and a good amount of him. I'm going to lower my ownership, so that'll be the answer to that question. I am not full fading Kyle Busch. I will be lowering my ownership. Chase says the technical issue week, I lost money, so none of that. I think I probably did too. It was just not a good sign heading into the weekend. Steven says, love the stats. Awesome. I'm glad you do, Steven. I'm glad you find them helpful. Thank you, Aaron. I do appreciate that. I'm still saying hi to everybody, letting people roll on in. And then I'm pretty much just going to answer a bunch of questions here. I don't think I have to go in depth with everything again. I mean, you probably all have watched the preview video, I'm assuming. I'm assuming all of you watched the preview video, then come into the live stream to hang out and ask questions for the most part. Chase says, what happened to Kyle? So if you don't know what happened to Kyle Busch, he failed tech twice and will be dropping to the rear upon pace laps to start the race. So I don't think you full fade him because I didn't think he was going to lead the laps over Kevin Harvick or Joey Legano early on anyway. But Kyle Busch has to move on through the field, which, I mean, anything can happen at that point, and it definitely lowers his Dominar potential because he had track position to work with at the beginning because he started 6th. Now he's going to be in the very back, so things can change for sure. Not things can change. It's going to be tough for Kyle Busch to get all the way up front. Do I think he can still get a top 5? Sure, we got 400 laps, but it definitely makes things... I see Jason just signed up on Patreon. Do appreciate that, Jason. I'll turn off my email sound. Get a little more professional here. Let's see. FB says, got to like CP60 inviting NFL DFS players to come over to NASCAR DFS. For sure. For sure. Dustin says, doing a live stream for football. I am not. I know a lot of people do that already, so I mean, it's just like, yeah, I know people would come watch, but I'm going to get my lineups ready for Sunday and just watch football for the most part. But always we'll do a NASCAR live stream. I don't care if it's NFL season. We're going to be doing NASCAR live streams every single race. Although, I'm probably going to have to move them to Saturdays on Sunday races because who's going to watch an NFL or a NASCAR live stream on NFL Sunday? I mean, I don't blame you if you don't. Ryan says, I'd imagine Kyle will stay out during competition caution. Now, he's probably going to do a lot of things to get track position tonight, which that's why I'm not fading the guy. Like, he's not going to be stuck in the back all night. He's going to work his way up front. It just definitely lowers his Dominar potential, but, I mean, he should get up there at some point. And if he leads laps tonight, you're probably going to get pretty good ownership on him as well because a lot of people will probably just fully take him out of their lineups. And we saw, I forget how long ago it was, but Truex went to the back. He still got up front right away and still led a lot of laps. So I don't really think it matters too much, but I will be lowering my expectations. Jack says, this is the first time I haven't watched a preview video because no good tournaments on DK. Yeah, the tournaments definitely got slashed, but still appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. Let's see. I'm trying to stay with the bottom of the chat because I noticed quite a few people in my last chat said I was like 20 minutes behind. So if I don't answer your question, just know I'm kind of it's just refreshing for me. So I'm just looking at the bottom pretty much every single time. Savannah says, hit that like button. I totally agree with Savannah. Hit the like button. Helps me out. Jeffrey says, anybody else fail inspection? Not that I saw. I'm pretty sure Bob Poncrass said it was just Kyle Busch. Stanley says he's fading a Harvick 100%. Good luck. Good luck with that. That's going to be a little tough there. Definitely not something I can recommend. Jalen says, thoughts on Byron tonight? I don't think I'm having any Byron. He is starting, 5th, 7,400. I'd just rather play pretty much almost everybody in that 7K range, probably besides Austin Dillon and Alex Bowman for the most part. I like MDB. I don't really like Custer, but I think I'd rather play him over William Byron. I like Bell. I like Newman. I like Bubba Wallace as well. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that name. It says changing it up. Yeah, I'm going to change it up a little bit because I want to answer these kind of live so you guys can see what questions I'm answering. But you can ask the question again if I don't see it. Ask the question again. I have no issue with that. Just don't spam. Josh says Truex Jr. tonight. Heck yeah. We're going to be playing a lot of Truex tonight. He's going to be my highest owned driver, I'll tell you that. And I imagine he's going to be almost everyone's highest owned driver for the most part. Like, everyone's on Truex today, as you should. I mean, he's so good at Richmond. Dude says, I don't know if the trend has changed, but 20 years ago when I used to go to Richmond races, there was tons of small wrecks. Well, I was like 1 year old back then, so I can't really give too much commentary on that, but I'll believe you. I'll believe you. Also, I had some questions early on. Again, I said I'm just kind of looking at the very end, but also I just saw my girlfriend here. My girlfriend Juliana is here, so appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Wish her the best of luck in the tournament tonight. She's always in my YouTube contest. And she's done very well the past 2 weeks. Alright, anyway, I was talking about the 2 to 3. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of questions on 2 to 3 Dominators in your lineups this weekend. I'm pretty sure you should go. I mean, 2's fine for cash games, but a lot of my builds tonight have 3 Dominators. Like, a lot of my projections are giving me 3 Dominators in almost every single lineup, which means I'm going more of a Stars and Scrubs build. But again, we have 400 laps, so. Jack says, wait, do you like Blackman, Trout, and Story? Of course. Those are like the 3 best plays on the slate tonight. But anyway, yeah, 2 to 3 Dominators tonight in every single lineup. I would not be making 1 Dominator lineups. I don't think you can get up to 4 unless you're trying to, unless you're kind of hoping Byron or Bowman or Austin Dillon get up front, but I don't really think that's going to happen. So 2 to 3 Dominator builds tonight with the majority of my GPP lineups being 3 Dom builds. And in the YouTube contest tonight, I will be running a 3 Dom lineup. So I'll let you guys know that as well. Jay Lopez says, how do you like Harvick, Legano, Truex, Kyle Busch, Buescher, LaJoie? I don't think that lineup's possible at all. Yeah, Harvick, Legano, Truex, Kyle Busch. I think that's like 7 guys as well. So you have to turn that down a little bit. But I do like all those drivers you just listed. Dustin says, Bell, Newman, or Reddick? That's a great question. I've been asking myself that all day because that's my main lineup is coming down between those 3 guys. I feel like Reddick's the best play there, just upside-wise. He did finish 10th at New Hampshire earlier in the season. He was very fast at Phoenix before wrecking out. So I would say Reddick's probably the best play there. And then it's a toss-up between Bell or Newman. Newman's got more experience here, and he's got a proven track record at short, flat tracks recently in the past 10 races. Meanwhile, Christopher Bell, he's great at short tracks in the Xfinity Series, but so far this season he's been a little bit iffy. He was running well at New Hampshire earlier this year before he got into an incident, which I forget exactly what happened, but he was running very well. It's just Bell is a guy that can be very up and down. So I would rate it Reddick, Newman, Bell, but I would say Bell and Newman is a toss-up. Jack says, is McDowell a good play? I wouldn't say he's like a good play projection-wise, but raw points-wise, but value, you're going to have to throw him in there because he's only 5,400, and he's actually been running pretty well at the short flat tracks this season. I believe he has 3 top 20 finishes at them this year, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that, but pretty sure he does. And only 5,400. He's got legit top 20 potential here, so I think he's totally fine as a pump play to fit in our big Dominators, and there's a decent chance he might make my main lineup today in the YouTube contest. Let's see. Wyatt says, sorry for all the questions, but what do you think about Chase? That's why we're here, to ask questions. Don't feel sorry to ask questions. I like Chase a little bit. I wasn't planning on playing too much Chase today, but since I'm going to be lowering my Kyle Busch exposure, I am probably going to up my Chase Elliott exposure, if that makes sense. So kind of going even on that now. Because I do think he's going to be overlooked, which kind of makes me interested in him in tournaments. Let's see. Oh, I kind of lied about going all the way down, didn't I? No, never mind, I'm here. Okay. Blake says, I don't think anyone cares if you're behind on answering questions. We like how you do it. Appreciate it, Blake. Appreciate it. Aaron says, is it a bad idea to have Harvick and Legano in the same GPP lineups? I was getting a couple people telling me that they don't want to play Harvick and Legano together, but I don't really understand that because I don't see why they both can't lead laps today. Just because they're starting 1-2 doesn't mean the other guy can't lead laps tonight. Like, do I think Harvick's probably going to lead the early portion? Sure, but Logano's also awesome here, and he can certainly lead later in the race. It just depends on how the pits go, or if his car ends up being faster than Harvick's tonight. So I think you can totally pay both together, and I think my main lineup tonight will have Legano and Harvick together, even though it's not the most safe play in the world because there's no PD upside there. But I love that price tag on Joey. Aster says, I know you don't do FanDuel, but I have Keselowski, Truex, Logano, Stenhouse, McDowell. Okay, I love Keselowski, I love Truex, I love Legano, and Stenhouse I heard is pretty cheap over on FanDuel, so I think he's totally in play for FanDuel. And then McDowell I like as well, assuming he's very cheap, so I think that's a fine lineup. Jay says, Harvick, Truex, Kyle Busch, Ty Dillon, Buescher, LaJoie, had Legano extra. Sorry, you're good. So I like Harvick a lot, Truex a lot. Kyle Busch, he's a little iffy now. If it's your main lineup, I'm probably not playing Kyle Busch if you're only building one, because that has become pretty risky now with him going to the rear. But I do like Ty Dillon, Buescher, and LaJoie. So I might want to pivot off of Kyle Busch there. Maybe you could go to Joey, save a couple of bucks, and move up like Ty Dillon or something like that. Wyatt says Ty Dillon or Ryan Preece, most points. I would say Ty Dillon. Brian says, who are considered the Dominator drivers? Like, is there a starting position you look for to be considered a Dominator? Typically the guys up front, but also there's some guys up front that just really don't typically lead laps. Like Bowman, well, he can dominate, but William Byron we don't usually view as a Dominator. Austin Dillon's not really a Dominator. The guys that are Dominators are pretty much the guys that are super expensive. They have the best cars, the best equipment. Hamlin, Harvick, Truex, Elliott, Keselowski, Busch, even though he's going to the back, even Blaney some weeks, Joey Logano, these guys can all dominate races, and these are the guys we typically see up front gaining Dominator points. So they're super expensive, but if they come out lead 100 plus laps, their price doesn't matter because they can easily score over 100 Draftkings points like we saw Truex do last week before he wrecked. Whoops. Okay, R. Stanley says Legano or Stenhouse. Oh, Legano easily. He is much like Stenhouse cannot dominate this race, really. So Logano's got 100 plus point upside. Alan says Buescher or McDowell. I would say Buescher. I like both, though. Blake says, who do you like better in a single-entry GPP, half-point PD, Johnson or Boyer? Half-point PD? I'd still go Johnson there. Whoops. Chase says, I know you love night restrictor plate the best, but night short track race, let's go. And like you said, we won't miss any football this way. Yeah. I mean, Saturday night race is perfect for week 1 of the NFL season because then we don't have to have like 2 TVs on or something. We can focus on the race tonight and then watch football all day tomorrow. So it should be pretty fun. But yeah, I love short tracks. I love restrictor plates. So definitely excited about tonight. Michael says connection bad right now, my man. Is it? I haven't seen anyone else say it, but if it is, let me know. Fly on Albatross says Nemechek or LaJoie. I think Nemechek has more upside. LaJoie is the better value, but I would say raw points Nemechek there. Chase says not on my end. Okay, that's good to know. Glad it's just not. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad it's just him. Mr. Miyagi says thoughts on Legano, Harvick in the same lineup. I have no issues with that tonight. I know some people are afraid to play the guys that are 1-2, but I mean, have you seen the price on Joey? Joey is awesome at Richmond. Like, he's awesome. He's been awesome at the short, flat tracks. And just because Harvick might lead the laps early on does not mean that Joey can't lead laps later on. I mean, it's just not like a definitive thing. I think you can definitely play both. Now, if they were both like 11 or 12K, yeah, you're probably just picking one. But at only 9,300, you're getting a steal on Joey Logano tonight. Camden says, you like Bell plus LaJoie or Reddick plus Ty Dillon better for cash games? Having a bit of trouble figuring this one out. Currently have JJ in lineup 2. You liking him tonight? Let's see. I'm probably not playing JJ in cash, to be honest. I'd rather fit another Dominator in, but I have no issues with that. But that Bell, LaJoie, and Reddick Ty Dillon question is pretty tough, to be honest. I feel like Bell and LaJoie is a little bit safer there. I don't know. That's just my first thought. So I'll give you my first stop. Man, you can flip a coin for that one. Andy says under Tampa Bay and Saints. So now you got Mike Evans out now too, so that certainly helps. Rob says, Kess and Ty Dillon or Legano and Bell for cash? I would say Legano and Bell. Yes. Yeah, I'd say Legano and Bell, I think. It's so close. Aaron says, favorite driver, 6,500 and under. Let's see. Trying to think who I have the most of. Oh, I would say Chris Buescher, 5,900. He's got 7 top 20s at short flat tracks the past 10 races. Pretty good track record. Let's see. AP Viking says Nemechek or LaJoy. I think Nemechek probably has the better upside there. I think LaJoy might be a bit safer because Nemechek likes to wreck every single week, but I would go with Nemechek. Chase says return to the mason jar. Yes. Just filled it up with water, so we're good to go for the live stream. Everyone's saying the stream is flowing. Okay, good to know. Glad the connection is fine. Tommy says GPP, Harvick, Truex, Keselowski, Nemechek, LaJoy, McDowell. I like it. Like, I don't love having 3 cheaper guys like Nemechek, LaJoy, McDowell, but a lot of my lineups are like that because they got 3 Dominators. But if you nail the 3 Dominators tonight, as long as your cheap guys just don't blow up, you're going to be looking really, really good. So it doesn't look the greatest on the eye test when you're looking at those lineups, but they got plenty of upside. Oops, chat went down, but I guess this is what I said I was doing. Sincere says this is a safe track, meaning less crashes. I mean, I don't expect anything to be crazy. It's not going to be like Daytona in the slightest. Kirk says, okay, so if I had Truex, Legano, Kyle, Reddick, Bell, and LaJoy, who would you change Kyle for? I don't know how much money that has left, to be honest, so I don't know what to tell you. How much money you got left if you, oh, well, I guess if you took out Kyle, you got 90. Assuming you max that out, 9,800 left, you could, you might want to rework that a little bit, maybe get up to Keselowski somehow, maybe. That donkey says, I've loved your NASCAR content, had success with your baseball content ever since. Also, giving up NASCAR DFS mostly now, but so glad to see your football content too. Can I ask an NFL question? Maybe if I can get to it. I'll do NASCAR first, but we'll get to it. If it's about Boston Scott, yeah, you should probably play Boston Scott tomorrow with Miles Sanders out. Sincere says thoughts on... Oh, and I appreciate you watching the stuff and everything. Thank you. Sincere says thoughts on Bell and Reddick in the same lineup. I got no issues with that. It's not a bad correlation play or anything. Brian says since Wallace is leaving Petty, do you think he will tank? No. Probably had more motivation to do well just for a new team or whatnot. So I don't really think it affects anything. Stu Stuplebach. I know you said your name is Stu, but he says Buescher, LaJoy, or Preach. I would say Buescher there. Tracy says mine keeps buffering too. Figured it was my internet. It might be your internet. A lot of people say it looks good, so maybe I want to refresh it or something. I'm not sure. Nixter says pick for the win. I would say Martin Truex. I know that's the chalk answer, but I would say Truex or Kevin Harvick, which I know that's a boring pick, but Subliminal says, do you like Blaney at all tonight? Unfortunately, no. He's just not very good at Richmond at all. Like, he's only averaging 11 DraftKings points per race here. Average running position of 16.8. Average finish at 23 and no top 15. So, not on Blaney, to be honest. I think there's better plays. Let's see. That donkey says Miles Sanders just rolled out, didn't travel with the team. Oh, it's funny. That's what I told you. Maybe that was the question you had. FE says, way to go CP16 for inviting the NFL DFS players over to NASCAR DFS. More cash for us. Oh, you mean my video? Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, they're probably not sure what to do with NASCAR DFS. Chase says, what we are hoping is our DOMs actually dominate and our lower tier just stay around the same area they start. Any positive PD will be appreciated. That is exactly right. I just want my lower guys to stay alive, don't wreck, don't blow a tire, and don't hit the wall. And if we can nail a Harvick leading 100 laps, if we can get like a Joey Legano leaving 80 to 100 laps, and maybe like a Truex leading the rest of the race and winning, we're going to be looking real good if our cheap guys just stay alive. Dustin says, Harvick, Legano, Truex, Buescher, Bell, and McDowell for cash. That's really close to what I'm thinking for my main lineup. I have no issues with that at all. I'm between Bell and Newman and Reddick there for the Bell spot. Like, that's a pretty good lineup. I like the way it looks. I'm just debating on that last spot there. Jeff says, hey, Chris, thank you for sharing your thoughts. No problem at all, Jeff. I sucked last week. Need to get back on track. Best 8K to 9K play. Sorry that you sucked last week. Best 8K to 9K play? Let's see. Well, I would say Joe Logano is probably the best play there upside-wise. Like, if he gets the lead at 9,300, he should crush his value, and he's very, very good at Richmond. He's a recent winner here. He's got plenty of top fives, average finish of 5.8. So, yeah, definitely like Joe Logano, the best in the 8K to 9K range. I also like Jimmy Johnson. I think Clem Boyer sneaky in GPPs. Almirola could also be a sneaky GPP play, and Eric Jones is okay, but not really someone I'm on this week. So, yeah, I would say Joe Logano is the best play there. And I also really like Kyle Busch, but with him going to the back, it makes it a riskier play. But he's got upside as well if he can get the lead. WWF says Legano, Reddick, or Hamlin, Sorensen. I would go Legano, Reddick just because Sorensen sucks. Sorry, Sorensen. Let's see. Okay, Matt says Kyle Busch and Truex or Truex and Legano. I'd go Truex and Legano now, just because, Kyle Busch going to the back. If you're only playing one lineup, I really can't recommend Kyle Busch. Dude says, any left for my boy Kurt Busch this week? Not really. Sorry to Kurt. I mean, he's fine. He should be able to contend for a top 10, but at 9,100, he's just not going to fit my bill. It's like I'm going pretty much up top and then lower middle to lower plays today, just because of how you're going to build lineups. So I really don't see myself really on any Kurt Busch. Chase says Chris Pennell for president. For sure. Stephen West says, although Kenseth, Johnson, and Newman are old, do you think they are value plays with their history? Well, Kenseth, you kind of got to throw out the window a little bit. Because, he retired, came back, same spiel every week, new car, different story, same story every single week. So Kenseth, he's fine at the price tag. I just don't expect much from him. And if you're looking at his numbers this season, he's pretty much been a 20th to 22nd place car for the most part. He's had the occasional good race, but he's been a little tough. Johnson's fine. I mean, obviously they got experience here, as does Ryan Newman. And Jimmy Johnson and Ryan Newman actually aren't half bad here. Average finish of 12.8 recently, and Jimmy Johnson inside the top 10. So I think they're okay. I'm a fan of Jimmy Johnson and Ryan Newman this week. Matt Kenseth a little shaky there. MC Sub says, we playing the lawnmower this week? I'll play a little bit of the lawnmower. It's just, there's nothing exciting there. Like, on paper, yeah, you're going to think he's a great play for looking at his recent statistics here, but he was in much better equipment. Not the case now. I think like 10%'s fine. Just because he's probably going to finish right around where he starts, and sometimes that's not the worst thing in the world. And by the way, guys, I can't go an hour in the live stream because I do have to edit my lineups with Kyle Busch going out, so we're not going to be going to 7. So we'll see when I cut it off, but it won't be too long. Amanda says Harvick, Boyer, Truex, Bell, Buescher, LaJoie for cash. I don't think Boyer's a cash play today, so he's 8,300. Okay, I like Harvick a lot in cash. I like Truex in cash. I like Bell, Buescher, and LaJoie in cash. So Boyer, it's a little iffy. I think he's a fine play, but I wouldn't say he's a cash play, just because starting 11th, there's a lot of downside there. Although he is pretty good at Richmond. He's got an average running position inside the top 10 here. It's just he doesn't feel like a cash play for me today. Jeff says Bell or Reddick. That's a question I've been getting a lot today, and honestly, I'm not sure what the answer is. I think Reddick's got more upside. He's had the better car this season, and I feel like I can trust him more, so I'll go with Reddick, but I do like the PD upside with Bell, but I'll say Reddick. That donkey says you'd vote for me. Well, it's like 2 people that would vote for me, so there we go. Amanda says, like the video, guys. Don't forget, y'all. I agree with Amanda. Like the video. It really does help me out. Andy says restarts are going to turn into a wreck festival with 60 to go. If you watched last night's race, you saw 4 wide on lap 1. And let's see. Andy says it keeps buffering on my end too. We all cannot be wrong. Well, it's weird that some of you are having issues with the live stream, and some of you aren't. That's kind of weird. Well, hopefully it ends up being better for you. Okay, let's see. Wyatt says Truex, Legano, and Harvick or Kess. Okay, that's a really good question. Truex or Legano or Harvick or Kess? Oh, man. I would say, I guess, Harvick or Kess, just because I think Harvick's the most likely guy there to lead laps. I'll go with the Harvick and Kess route, but I love all 4 of those guys. Those are like 4 of the highest guys I have on my rosters, or 4 of my highest exposed guys tonight. Jameson says, having a hard time getting Hamlin into lineups. Thoughts on Hamlin Legano lineups? I have plenty of Hamlin tonight. I mean, I'm doing 150 lineup, so it's a little bit easier for me. If I was building like 1 to 3, I understand it probably is difficult to get Hamlin in because the price tag's pretty massive. And it's hard to play him over guys like Harvick and Truex and, Keselowski. So I understand the difficulty there. I don't mind Hamlin Legano lineups, though, because because you really can't play Hamlin and Harvick together that easily because they're both $11,000. So if you want to play Hamlin, I think maybe rostering him with Joey Legano might be the best way to go. But I do have Harvick and Hamlin lineups tonight. Joseph says, many staying away from Hamlin and Harvick. I don't think anyone's staying away from Harvick. Harvick's going to be like the second or highest owned guy tonight, I'd imagine. On Hamlin, he's going to be a little bit lower owned just because of the price tag, but I don't think anyone's staying away from Kevin Harvick. Mark says, what do you think? DKGPP, Kyle Busch, Buscher, Legano, Reed Sorensen, Truex, Eric Jones. Yeah, I can't recommend Sorensen, so I'm going to have to tell you to probably realign that lineup. I cannot recommend someone to play Reed Sorensen. Robert says, whoops. Oops, sorry, hold on. Chat went down. I'm doing what I said I wasn't going to do, but I'll just do it this way. Let's see. Robert says, what do you think about Bell, Byron, Harvick, LaJoy, Reddick, and Truex? I'm not really big on Byron today. I like everybody else you said, but if you want a low-on play in Byron, I don't hate that just to get different, but everyone else is really good. Contra says, number 22. Yeah, definitely like Legano tonight. I have no issue with him. One of my more favorite drivers on the slate, given the price tag. FE says, stack the Penske boys. I feel like you can stack Keselowski and Joey Legano, not really on Blaney tonight. Maybe just a splash of Blaney. I think his projected ownership's below 5%. He's just not very good at Richmond. But I definitely like two pieces of the Team Penske stack. And you also can throw MDB in there. He's kind of like half a Team Penske for the most part. Dave says, I like Boyer with Zippy as his crew chief this week. What do you think? I mean, I like Clint Boyer in general for tournaments. I will have a little bit of Clint Boyer, but he's not someone I'm like super excited about. But I do think he is a strong tournament play today. Nixter says, surprise you favor Buscher, one top 20 in the last 6 races here in car 37, admittedly. Although I think he's going to be fine. Like, he's supposed to be really high owned looking at ownership projections. Like, I'm talking like 45+% owned. I'm not sure if it's really going to get that high, but he rates out as my best value play down low. So I'm going to trust it. I do like Chris Buscher quite a bit. Or like you said, different car as well. And he's been pretty good at the short flat tracks in the past 10 races too. Wyatt says, would you put Brennan Poole in a lineup if you were trying to squeeze in 3 Doms and Clint Boyer? So in my 150 build, I do have like a little bit of Brennan Poole, but if I'm building like 1 to 3 lineups, I'm not sure what you're doing. There's no chance I'm playing Brennan Poole in a lineup. Tracy says, Brad over Kevin. Not for me. I'd rather play Kevin Harvick over Brett Keselowski today if money wasn't an issue, although it's like about $1,200 difference. Mark says, just subbed Kyle Busch for just sub Kyle Busch for low. I don't think you finished your sentence. Let's see. Chase says, reminders. Anybody that doesn't know, if you start Kyle Busch, he has scored from the 6th position. Thank you, Chase, for reminding everybody. I know some people are probably late. Also, oh yeah, the DK contest. We got like 25 spots left. So I know a lot of people probably haven't watched the video because they don't know they don't know the race that's on Sunday, and we still have NFL, so I understand that. Maybe I'll have to put the contest size down a little bit, but there's 25 spots left. So if you want in, you can comment your DK username below on my preview video, or I'm going to just tweet it out on Twitter, and we'll try to fill it that way too. But we got to get it filled because I don't know if it's going to go if it doesn't fill. It might, but I'm not totally sure. Okay, Timothy says, oh, never mind, let's just read that. That donkey says, no, my question is about the Saints stack. Grab Kamara if I'm going with Breeze and Thomas. Also, how necessary is it playing a buck with the Saints stack, and who would you recommend? I like the Saints stack. I think you can play Kamara with Breeze and Thomas because he's obviously a pass catcher, so it's not negative correlation. And if you have the money, I'm not sure if you're going to have the money, but if you can run it back with Chris Godwin, go for it. There's a lot of cheap running backs with Boston Scott and Gibson, so it might be doable, but I know those are like 4 expensive guys we just named. But if you can do that, I don't mind that at all. Chris says DFS Andy or Treasy. What is up, Chris? Oops, just punched the desk. Okay, some people are having a crystal clear live stream and some are not, so that's really weird. I don't know what to say to that about that. Let's see. WWF says, if I'm locking Truex, Harvick, McDowell, Buscher, you see any chance to go with Hamlin as he could dominate? It's sticks me with Sorensen. That gets me estimated 13 points. I know the chalk is Legano. I would find a different way to get Hamlin in your lineups without Reed Sorensen, to be honest. I do like Hamlin today. I think he could very easily just outscore everybody on the slate. He's very good at the short flat tracks. He's got 5 top 5s for the past 6 races. I would just really try to find a way to play Hamlin without Sorensen. You might just have to unlock like a Harvick or a Truex in one of your lineups. Blake says Newman or Reddick. Sorry if you already answered. No, it's okay. I'm getting that like the Newman, Bell, and Reddick question is like it's what like everybody's asking today, and it's really tough because I could see it going 3 different ways. I don't think it's like a definitive answer. Personally, my ranking would be like Reddick, Newman, Bell, but like Bell and Newman are just interchangeable for me. If you had to pick between Newman or Reddick, I would say Reddick. Josh says, are you generally a GPP or cash player? For NASCAR, I just play 150 max builds. In other sports, I just pretty much play cash and single entries, but I'm totally different on the NASCAR side of things. I play GPP, but I played cash before, and I can give you good cash or GPP answers. But me personally, I build 150 lineups, which I guess, although the one contest I like to play, the Lug-Nut, they made it 142 entries, which is weird. I don't understand that, but oh well. Okay, Josh says he went caps lock, so I'll answer him. Do you go 3 heavy or more balanced lineup? I have a lot of my lineups with 3 Dominars up top, so I guess I'm more top heavy than I am balanced today. Ryan says, okay, Ryan, if you can comment that on the preview video, I'll remember that and I'll send you the invite because I can't do it on the live stream or else I'll just be looking at my phone the entire time. You're welcome, Cyber Soldier. Let's see. Burning Hot Dogs, that's a fun name, says, Chris, what do you think of my lineup for FanDuel? I don't play on FanDuel, but I'll try to give you an answer here. Truex, Legano, Boyer, McDowell, and Bell. Well, I like every single driver you just listed. Again, not familiar with the FanDuel scoring or the pricing, but I do like every driver you listed. Roshan says, Brad, Legano, Truex, JJ, 11,000. Need 2 more, so you got 11,000 total left. So, well, I think you could probably, I would just pick anyone between Chris Buescher, Corey LaJoie. That leaves you under 12,000, right? Wait, who'd you say? Yeah, if you can just go Chris Buescher and Corey LaJoie, I don't mind that. Jay Lopez says, what do I think of Harvick, Truex, Brad, Nemechek, McDowell, LaJoie for single double ups? I don't think Brad's a necessity in cash games. I mean, I don't hate it though. I think that's totally fine. I like every single person you named. It's just, I don't mind that. I wouldn't talk you off of it. Michael says, Hammer 1216, invite me please. If you can comment that in my preview video, I will invite you. And says it won't go if it doesn't fill. Okay, so I'll have to find a way to fill it. Hopefully I don't have to make it public, but I'm going to tweet it out on Twitter as well. Hopefully people will fill. Last time I did that, it filled almost instantly, but I know there's a lot of other sports going on as well right now. Josh says, replace Busch with Elliott. If you're only building like one lineup, I would feel more comfortable with Chase Elliott, but I wouldn't full fade Kyle Busch today. That Donkey says, awesome. Thanks, Chris. You're the man. No problem, Donkey. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, dude, for the little promo there. Do appreciate that. I know he's been on Patreon for quite some time, and he says I'm a good guy, and thank you for that. Gilbert says, contest DK. Okay, everyone comment their DK username on the preview video, because, again, I'm not going to see this live stream after the fact, and I'm not going to be able to remember your guys' names. I don't want to be on here just typing on my phone the whole time. Chase says, 74 likes is pretty good, but 150 plus watching, so I'll take a second. Like the video, really helps. Appreciate everyone that's helping me out here. Thank you, Chase. Andy says, if you could pick one long shot tonight to pick up the win or a top 3, who would it be? A long shot? Let's think. I mean, I really don't think there's going to be a long shot that wins tonight, but maybe someone like Tyler Reddick. Or maybe like an MDB. I mean, he's been good at the short flat tracks, but I really can't see a long shot winning tonight. I think it's going to be like a Truex Hamlin or Kevin Harvick, as boring as it sounds. But I guess I could say like an MDB, maybe a Clint Boyer, maybe a Tyler Reddick. Let's see. Roshan says Yaley or Suarez. I mean, I don't really like both, but I'd definitely rather play Daniel Suarez over JJ Yaley. Matt says McDowell or Suarez. I would go McDowell there. Let's see. Robert says, I'm sorry if you already answered. No need to say sorry. LaJoie, Suarez, or McDowell. I would say LaJoie there. FE says, thanks CP16 for all the great DFS, NASCAR, and NFL help. No problem at all. Appreciate you guys watching. Roger said, okay, so I'm going to try to get out of here at 6:40, guys. I would like to go longer, but I do have to edit my lineups, which are a little bit important. So let's see. Marvin says, CMM math, 33 on DK if you still have a spot. Yeah, I got plenty of spots. I got like 20-some spots. So if you guys can all comment your DK username on my preview video, I'll be happy to invite you. You can hit me up on Twitter, but I'm also going to tweet out the link as well. Let's see. Andy says, okay, Reddick 14-1 and Boyer 8-1 top 3. I'm betting it. We ride together. Oh gosh, don't hold me to those. I don't think it happens, but it's a decent long shot, I guess. Landon says, hello, Chris. My driver shot's in the 12th position. Hope he can run good tonight. Hope he does. I'm going to up my chase exposure with Kyle Busch going to the back. So I have a little bit of chase, and hope he does well as well. MC Sub says, I checked my DK name in the preview. Did I invite you? If I didn't invite you, you can do it again. I might have missed your comment. Apologize about that. Andy says, I'm not. Those are my guys, too. Okay. Good to know, Andy. Good to know. Brian says, is there any pit strategy tonight? I mean, usually there is every single race, but I don't know what these guys are going to do. Someone's going to do something smart, and it's going to work out. I know we saw Kurt Busch. Was that last week that Kurt Busch did something really smart? I ended up working out for him for a little bit. Oh, you just did it? Okay, cool. Yeah, Chase, send me that head-to-head. I'll gladly play it. We were very close in the NFL Showdown on Thursday night. Very close. Let's see. Lana says, Kyle to the rear made me laugh. You don't like Kyle? I know a lot of people don't like Kyle. Let's see. Andy says, you just sealed it. Boyer was good in his oil chip car back in the day. All right, guys. If there's not any more questions, I'm probably going to end up getting out of here. I'm going to go on the patio, and I'm going to build some lineups. But if there is a couple more questions, I will answer them. But if not, we can probably get out of here, and then we can enjoy the race tonight, and then we can enjoy watching football all day tomorrow, if that's your kind of thing. Jorge says, maybe if you have a green-white checkers and Reddick finds himself in favorable conditions. Yeah, that's probably the only way it would happen, but who knows. Ben says, who's winning? Probably Truex. I mean, it's Martin Truex at Richmond. It's probably a safe bet. Him or Kevin Harvick or Denny Hamlin's my picks. Ryan says, should I panic that Kyle's starting in the back now? You shouldn't panic, but I would recommend lowering your exposure because he's not going to have track position working in his favor now. Now, there's a competition caution on lap 30, so, I mean, he could do something funky to get up front, but I don't think it's... I didn't expect him to dominate the early portion anyway. I thought that was going to be more so Legano and Kevin Harvick. So he could definitely be a factor in the second portion of the race. If I'm building one lineup, I'm not playing Kyle Busch in it. Roger says Ty Dillon or LaJoy. I would say Corey LaJoy there. Seems a bit safer. And he's in more of my lineups too. Matt says, are you having a live stream for football tomorrow? I am not. I apologize. It's just, I don't know, I kind of like doing the NASCAR live streams the best. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to do an NFL live stream as well because I got to do baseball in the morning and some other stuff as well. But I do have quite a few preview NFL videos, and I'm thinking about doing a core play video tonight if that's going to be of somewhat interest to people. I know a couple of people in the comments told me they'd want one. And I'm probably going to keep it to like 10 to 15 minutes long because I make really long videos, so I'll make it a short video. MC says, good luck all. Off to looking at NFL builds. Good luck, MC. Hope it all goes well. Aster says, Priest, Ty Dillon, LaJoy, money, no issue. I would say LaJoy. Every single stream someone asks, am I drinking moonshine? No, this is high-grade water from my fridge. Michael says, yes, do a core play video. Okay, I will. It's going to be a shorter video. I might do like a PowerPoint slideshow thing. I'll see if I can get that going on. Won't be on the data sheet. I'll do like, I don't know, a handful of guys from each position. And, yeah, Jared, not moonshine. Okay, I'll try to have a core play video up tonight or tomorrow morning then if people are interested about it. Is Wallace an option today? He is. Not someone I'm like too excited about, but starting 30th, he certainly has top 20 potential. Wyatt says, we all appreciate you, Chris. We all hope you keep the streams going. Oh, for sure. We're going to do a live stream for every NASCAR race for as long as I can, as long as I can do the recording stuff. So certainly won't be quitting these anytime soon. Although I'm going to have to move them to Saturdays if the race is on Sunday because who's watching a NASCAR live stream on football Sunday? I mean, I wouldn't blame you. Also, someone asked me something. Jorge says, do you like the fantasy NASCAR more than all of your other projects? I do. Like, I love NFL. I love baseball. I wouldn't say I love the NBA, but I do like the NBA. But I love NASCAR DFS. It's more of a niche sport, but I don't know. I just think it's the most fun, to be honest. And when a lot of people don't know about the sport, it's kind of more fun playing it. Because, I mean, everyone knows football to a degree. Not everyone knows baseball to a degree. But those are really popular sports. NASCAR is more of a niche sport, and that's why I kind of really find it interesting. Clifton says 20 minutes, better go get your lineups together. Doesn't it lock at 7:45? If it locks at 7, I have a problem. You're making me double check that now. I'm pretty sure locks at 7:45. Let's see. 7:45. Okay, I'm good. I was scared for a second. Dude says, good luck, Chris, and everyone, and may all your drivers only make left turns. Hopefully, I mean, a lot of my drivers love making right turns. They love it. I don't know why. Alright, I'm probably going to get out of here, guys. I do appreciate everyone stopping by. I do have to make some lineups. If I didn't have to make lineups, I would like staying on until 7, but I got some stuff to do. I don't want to get stuck with like 40% Kyle Busch tonight. Alright, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'll try to get a core plays video for NFL up later tonight after the race or tomorrow morning. Then I'll have the MLB video as well, which will probably get 3 views because Football Sunday's on. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everyone stopping by. Thank you. Oh, Flying Albatross says get in the Treasy Cup. Oh, shoot, I only got like, 20 minutes to get in that. So I will do that. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. You guys are the best, and I'll be looking forward to the live stream next weekend whenever the race is. I don't know if it's Saturday or Sunday, but looking forward to it.